You think
that's
they felt
because y'all
like
men? Because that if I don't like you or to move wrong, I don't want to stay for long. So that's why we have to keep it short. So I know I still like you. That I don't want to be around.
Yeah,
you.
but y'all got other tricks y'all can pull to get out of contracts.
Don't we all?
no, we don't.
We don't have the same tricks.
No,
not at all.
my brain.
I'm not playing with.
What's good, Elevators? It's your boy Elevation here with another episode of the JBP Elevated, where we speak on the Joe Budden podcast and all of his co-hosts on and off the pod. This is getting nasty, y'all. It's getting nasty because we can call Joe out all we want to. We can call Flip out all we want to for speaking on the absence of Mel and why she left. But of course, every time they speak on it, there's people like me and everyone else in the space that's going to make videos on it. I don't want to talk about Melyssa Ford at all anymore. I don't. But I have to speak on it today because Joe and Flip are letting it be known that Mel got out of her contract, in essence, by playing the mental card. Whether it's 100% true or not, who knows? We'll never know. They'll never openly tell us. But I do find it very telling that they're telling this to Mona. They're saying this to Mona right after she said, it must be easy for y'all as men. That sounds very similar to what Mel said, isn't it? Guys, I don't like this. And I'm going to get to Mel in a second. But I find it very, very telling that Mona is already complaining, quote unquote, as much as she is about how the guys treat her, about how the guys view her. It was very telling how she spoke on the hair dynamic, and she was able to turn that into Joe and people calling him out of character or whatnot. But it's very, very telling how much Mona is already getting her shit off. And we were saying in the comments for the longest how Melyssa did the same thing. So I'm curious to see if the tides are going to turn on Mona. And considering that she showed up late multiple times already. But I'm going to speak about all the contractual talk with them in another video. Let's get back to Melyssa. So they're claiming that Melyssa left the JBP because my brain, my head. When in essence they're saying she can't take all of the salacious fodder that's aimed in her direction. And towards the end of my coverage of Melyssa, I started to side with her like, man, this is a lot. And we're seeing the effects of what can happen if it was persistent right now with the Angela situation towards Queenzflip. I find it very funny because Flip would have taken offense to not only the Joe Budden podcast, but to everybody that is a follower of him if they didn't stand up and have his back when an intellectual came out and called him an idiot. But they can't see what Melyssa went through all the last 2 years being on the pod when she was the consistent butt of the jokes. Why do I have to be the butt? I shouldn't be the butt of the joke, especially being the only female up here. And I know a lot of the guys are going to turn on me. That's cool. I get it. You have to place yourself in her perspective, in her shoes. And Mona is already telling the guys, she's been saying this since episode 1. I don't like how y'all treat me. I don't feel included up here. Y'all have inside jokes that I'm not a part of. Y'all expect me to just laugh my way out of this shit. Y'all are clowning on every movement I make outside of the pod. At least coming to the pod, not necessarily her ventures outside of the pod, but that time will come too. So how much of this is real and how much do we have to take this with a grain of salt? Because in Joe's mind, he is saying Melyssa was able to get out of her contract for bringing it up, which means he didn't want to let her go. And it also lets me know a bunch of the other speculations that we came up with hold some weight to them. I do believe that Melyssa gave them an ultimatum. It's either me or Flip. I do believe that happened. And then her decision got exacerbated once Joe brought upon Sasha and Mona. And look at how Joe's having to replace Mel with 2 people. In Mel's eyes, it could be seen one or two ways. He had to hire 2 people to replace me, or he was able to hire 2 people to replace me. He found 2 females that were willing to take half of my income, in essence, to make up the full thing. If I'm Joe, I don't bring up Melyssa at all. I don't even get any shots off at her, because quiet as kept, this breakup has gone a whole lot smoother than the Rory and Mal situation. So much to the point that you have audience members or a part of your community telling everybody else to shut the fuck up. Don't even bring Melyssa up. That was nowhere near the case when Rory and Mal left. So that is a definite positive. I wouldn't even speak on her at all going forward. But I do find it very telling that they're letting it be known the reason that she left. And I also find it very telling that neither one of them are actually speaking about it. And at first we were speculating that it had something to do with legal action. And I still believe that to be the case, but not because Melyssa's suing. It's just Joe spoke on it. Everybody's leaving on a non-disclosure. You can't say shit, at least for an allotted period of time. Neither one of us can say shit, even though he's getting his subliminals off, as is Melyssa, but neither one of them are going to speak on it directly for at least a year. But it worked. So hopefully he's paying attention to the movements of Mona that are very similar and reminiscent of Mel, since they're getting their jokes off. And since Mel pulled that card and you're saying women can get away with it, it's clear as day Mona is going to use this to her advantage if she ever wants to leave the JVP. She already has a mountain full of evidence. And they, on these contractual talks, which I'm going to get into on another video, it's very telling that they keep speaking on the 3-month period, a 5-year period and a 3-month period. It makes sense why J1 said that his contract was up after 3 months. They simply didn't renew. What happens when Joe is placed in the same position with Mona? I'm tired of making this trek back and forth from Philly. And when Melyssa came and you hired her on, she moved all the way from LA to New Jersey. So what's up? Do I get a stipend? Do I get a home allowance? I'm not trying to make this trek all the time. And what's going on with the placement of my podcast? Mona's going to come in the next contract negotiations and have a lot that she needs added. A lot. If you want her to stay. And honestly, she's performing her ass off. So we'll have to just pay attention to these things. But I hope this is my last Melyssa Ford update. I hope it is, because I'm trying to move onward and forward too, just like everybody else. But if they keep throwing subliminals, y'all know what this channel's about. We got to speak on it. So y'all let me know what y'all think. If there's anything to it, like the video if you like the video. Subscribe to the page if you haven't. If you have, you already know how we rocking. Let me try to get better with these Patreon integrations. There is a video up. Flip let a lot of telling information out, and I want to speak on it. So y'all can go ahead over to the Patreon /elevation/elevation. I don't know which slash it is. It's one. And then y'all go check that video out. Subscribe to that page too. I'll see y'all a little later. Peace.